Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Little Cup, which was last time released season 5, I think, which was like around the time where I started with YouTube. So it's been a while, it's been like 1.5 years since this cup was available and nobody really missed it. So like luckily we are back here with this cup or not. Yeah, you're gonna see tomorrow a video about top teams for this cup at the usual time, because I didn't really want to have more gameplay directly back to back again. This is of course the video then where we have some gameplay for the Little Cup. I tried a team here, which I'm also gonna showcase tomorrow there in the team reviews. We see the Courtney in the lead, something that I had like already. The Seal as say swap with Lick in this cup. You want to run Lick, and we have the Houndour in the back, which is a super squishy boy, but going to be able to win you a lot of games. How did it go? The first set I went 4-1, second set I went 2-3, and the last set I went 4-1 again. So in total I cannot count, I think 10-5, which I am pretty okay with. Like I think that's a pretty solid team then. But the coolest thing about this, I played 3 sets with this, and the time it took to play those 3 sets was 26 minutes. So 26 minutes game time to play 3 sets is, in my opinion, amazing. And while I was prior like kinda okay, I don't really want to play this cup, just because of the fact that you can do all your sets basically in 45 minutes a day, I think I might take a look a little bit more into this like later on. I still have 2 Pokemon that I want to showcase for Great League, so I kinda want to do this now. But yeah, you're gonna see this then like when, I think Thursday and Friday most likely. But I might take a look a little bit more into this cup, and I think this is also the cup that I'm gonna play during the Go Battle Day, because it seems like this is just the fastest version that you can do. I might even exchange my little Seal there with a Shadow Stunky or something to make it even faster. But this is a very fast move cup team basically here that I'm gonna give you a lot of wins. You have some problems with the Ducklet gonna be sometimes a little bit of a problem here, as you can see, because it beats basically your lead and the Pokemon in the back, which is not the coolest thing, because usually your lead would be able to counter those water types that you don't really want to face with your Pokemon in the back with the Houndour there. But of course not like this, if it's also a flying type. And you see how squishy the Houndour is here. You're gonna see that my Houndour is 15, 14, 14, because I can either use it now as the Houndoom somewhere for raids or anything like this later on. But what I'm actually gonna definitely try to do before I use it as a Houndoom for raids or anything, I'm gonna try to use it in Great League. I still need XL Candy for this, but I actually didn't know that you can use Houndour in Great League. Houndour gets to 1400 around at like level 51, so with the XL Candy you're gonna be able to use it. It is horrible, but it hard counters stuff like Trevenant, so it might be some like fun stuff to use. Also, I think you would be able to win in the 1 and 2 shields against the Registeel, which is funny. And so it at least has some potential. Of course, it's not the coolest thing, but if I have one built already and double move, maybe I'm gonna build this somewhere someday, but definitely not now, because I'm still needing some XL Candy. Here we're gonna lose this game, but I don't know how many matches we already had. We're 3 minutes in. I think we already had like 6 matches or something. It is insanely fast paced, and I don't even have to speed up my gameplay that much. Like right now I think it's a 1.8 speed up, which usually are like around 2.4, 2.5 for the normal leagues, because it's just so longer the matches. But here I don't think I had really a match that was longer than 2 minutes, which is insane. I'm gonna talk about a little bit tomorrow about like Bronzor in this cup, because it's like really a problem usually. But with this team it was definitely fine. I faced some Bronzor here, which is okay for me, because I always had like an answer. I didn't face one in the lead yet, but I faced a lot of them in the back, and I always had my Houndour, which is gonna be able to resist all the moves of it. But still, Confusion does a lot of damage, because this thing is a very squishy boy. But look at the damage it can do with one crunching away this little Poliwag there. Easy one shot. You basically, if the opponent has no shields and you have your Houndour with like energy and a move stored, nothing can really take it. Here this opponent was crazy. We see like the lead there with the Sandshrew, which is of course a funny Pokemon to use, but I really want to have it against my Houndour, so I'm gonna try to realign my Pokemon here. As we see the Clauncher here coming in with Smackdown. Very funny Pokemon to use, like Clauncher with Smackdown into Awkward Jet. Hilarious. We're gonna be able to get this shield there, and we're gonna be able to get to another awkward tail. I hope that they don't shield this. I hope that they're gonna let me KO them, and they do that, and they're gonna try to farm me down, which I'm fine with. I'm totally okay with this. We go into our Houndour and we just gonna farm down. You see how much damage it does. And we see a smack hole team here with a little drabble in there, which is hilarious. We can shield this. We're gonna be able to already win this game because there's nothing my opponent can do anymore. They're gonna surrender there. Good game there, but smack hole. And very interesting thing, smack hole in a steel type, like basically a metal around the Bronzor is kinda insane. I saw way more Ducklet than I thought. Like, Ducklet was like not the Pokemon that I first thought of gonna be good in this league, but I guess it is. And for me, it was kind of a problem, but it still was fine. Like, we see the Cottony coming in here. Cottony, we can debuff. We can maybe even get a shield here again. We will see. We're gonna be able to get the second shield as well. My opponent's shields down. We go into our own Cottony and we can farm them down, as we don't really have to shield anything here. Already debuffed, resisted moves, and we can just charm them down. We do way more damage on them thanks to the debuff on their attack. And we would be able most likely to get to move against this Ducklet, which I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna shield this up. We're gonna see the Bubble Beam connecting, which is not that cool, but we can go for one Grass Knot. Going to be able to put it into red health. I don't think this KOs yet. No, it doesn't. And we finish him off with the Houndour. And we see the Wooper coming in. Water type against fire type. Who's gonna win? Of course, the fire type. This gonna one-shot easily. Crunch is just insane damage from this thing. And it was so much fun to play this. Like, I can definitely recommend your Houndour. It was hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, look at this game. We see a Grimer in the lead. We see this Rattata, which double resists or like triple resists HE our lick damage, so we do like no damage against him. As a safe swap here, like, what are the chances? Like, hard counter in the lead, one of the hardest counter as a safe swap. Like, you're gonna see what he has on the back. It's even more hilarious. We're gonna go for the charm user, of course. We're gonna be able to just charm him down. You're gonna wait it out, which was like not the right play by my opponent. They could just go into the Grimer and lock me in, which is fine for me that they waited here. But we're gonna go into our Houndour, and what are we gonna see in the back? And that's the question. And we're gonna see a Mankey. Like, those are the most random 3 months, and they completely hard countered me. I mean, I'm totally fine with this. Like, I was like just laughing because I didn't expect to get hard countered by a Mankey today. But that's life, I guess. We see a Seal here against us. We're gonna go into our own Seal after some charm damage, as we're gonna be able to resist all the charge moves. We see the Why Not coming in here, and I was like, why not go for the Icy Wind? Okay, that was bad. And why not go for another one? Because I kind of wanted to lower his counter damage. Of course, why not? One of the most bulkiest Pokemon in this league, basically right after the Bronzor. Also kind of has to be XL. Crazy that people put in the investment, but I mean, there are some people out there having like 100 million Stardust or whatever, so like for them this is nothing. There are some hardcore grinders, so of course there are gonna be some people who gonna use the stars they grinded and the candy they grinded to have an advantage in those cups where some XL Pokemon are completely busted, which I mean, I guess it's fair. Like, they grinded for it. Like, I'm totally fine with that. You cannot really, I don't know, I guess you can like get the candies for that from other stuff. But here we have like a tricky scenario. I definitely have to keep my Houndour for the Bronzor in the back. But I also have to, can I get the shields gone for him? Can I go for the crunch? Please let this go. He let this go for whatever reason. I think he would have got to another move. But like this, of course our Ember damage gonna be way better than the resisted damage from the Confusion. But you see here, double resisted Confusion against super effective Ember. I do nearly the same damage as my opponent, which is insane. But we're still gonna be able to win this there because my opponent let it go for whatever reason. And we see the Barboach coming in, and we have a NiRiain coming in there as well, which is not really cool. Because you're gonna see how much a Poison Fang, a very weak move, does here. It just completely destroys me. Like, it's such a weak move, Poison Fang, usually. I think it's like, I don't know, is it 50 damage? I think it's 40 damage. 40 damage for 35 energy, which is kind of horrible. It's more about the debuff. But not today, I guess, as my opponent gonna be able to farm down here, like farm me down and has to go for a Poison Fang again. This is kind of problematic as my opponent goes back into the Barboach, and they're most likely gonna have a good answer for me in the back. Let's see, we're gonna go into our Cottony and we see the Scorpion, and we're just gonna surrender. Like, this was, while we lost the lead, like while he loses the lead there, like there was nothing I can do there anyway. I think maybe if I wanted to seal immediately, I might have had a chance there, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You cannot win them all. We see the Ducklet there going for the bubble beam, which is kind of a problem there, of course, as now our attack is debuffed. It doesn't do damage at all to him. And they can now go easily for a Brave Bird here, which is gonna be able to destroy me. So bye-bye there. I'm just gonna go into my Houndour, expecting him to swap out into maybe a grass type or something. And we see the Bulbasaur coming in. Sadly, it's a normal version, which means that we cannot farm him down in time. They can go for a Seed Bomb here, which we still have to shield because I think it would KO us because we are so squishy. And we see the Onix in the back. Kinda hard counter again, I guess, but what can you do, what can you do? Maybe they just one single moved Sand Tomb. They don't, they have Stone Edge. Bye-bye my Pokemon there, I'm just gonna surrender. Good game to my opponent. I guess this was like the time where we have a Shadow Shiny Karana. Bye. It got one snarl off. I'm so sorry. We see a Why Not coming in here. I mean, why not? And we're gonna be able to go for one Grass Knot, getting him a little bit lower, and now we should be able to get into our Seal, farming him down, as our lick damage is super effective. Seal is such a very, like, it's a very annoying Pokemon to deal for most opponents. Like, there is not a good answer against it. I mean, look at it. You have some grass types, for example, the Cottony, but then again, you can get to 2 Icy Winds against the Cottony, and Cottony doesn't really like the Icy Winds. Then you have, oh, we're gonna see the Bronzor here, which is fine for me, as you know what we have in the back. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of fun with my Houndour. But yeah, like, there's not a lot that really wants to beat the Seal. For example, also Bronzor gets super effective damage from the Lick, still gets damage from the Awkward Tail, we can still debuff him, and we're just gonna no shield flex against my opponent running those like double super bulky Pokemon. We don't need this, we can just Ember him down. I wish I had like better move, like Fire Fang I think does more damage than Ember, so I think that would have been even cooler for it, but like this it's still fine. We see the Cottony in the lead. I usually swap out here because I know that I have like some good matchup with my Seal. I kind of want to get out this Bronzor anyway, and I think he has to throw against me anyway because we still have a lot of health left, so we're just gonna let it go. We see that this Psyshock actually does not KO us yet, so we're gonna be able to live this. We can go for one Awkward Tail, which is gonna do a lot of damage against my opponent, and putting him into the yellow health, and you know, the Houndour going to be able to go to town here, farm him down, and we're gonna see the Wooper coming in. We go for the Crunch. Are they gonna let this go? I don't know, I don't think so, but I was wrong and they just let it go. The Wooper also gonna be just dead, and we see the Cottony coming in here again. There's nothing my opponent can do anymore. We have more health, we still have 2 shields, we're just gonna let this go, and I think my opponent surrenders. Yep, bye bye there. We most likely still have like 2-3 matches left here. I mean, 2 minutes in this cup doesn't mean anything. We see the Seal in the lead, which is not the coolest thing. Again, what we do we go for some charms, try to catch the move, which works out perfectly here. And we're gonna see what my opponent gonna do. We go for the Icy Wind. My opponent swaps out immediately in their own Cottony, which means we can go for one Icy Wind, and the energy they just farm up doesn't matter to us. We still have our own Cottony, which gonna be able to resist those moves, and we have a very good time here right now. We're gonna be able to just take this. I don't know why they even threw, but I am fine with this as we can farm all the way down. I don't think they even get to move anymore. We're still in the yellow health here, and we have some moves stored for the potential of Seal coming in, and Seal comes back in there. We can go for one Seed Bump, gonna get them low, and they gonna shield. We are no shield, 2 shields ahead, and we can go for another move. I don't think there's actually anything. Okay, maybe the like some crazy water type move or whatever, which would beat the Houndour, but of course not a Purloin with a Sucker Punch. Cool Pokemon though. Maybe I have a team around this tomorrow, who knows? But we see the Ducklet in the lead here for the final game. And okay, I guess my opponent got the moose back there again. We see a Pumpkaboo. Like Pumpkaboo, I cannot even say the name anymore. Pumpkaboo is definitely not the best Pokemon. We can just farm down, and we're gonna be able to realign our Pokemon. We're gonna be able to go for an Icy Wind here, and my opponent is in a weird spot now because they have to go for the Brave Bird to KO me. And they go for that, and we can now go into a Cottony, farm all the way down. There's nothing he can do. And let's see what he has in the back. it's gonna be a Skorupi, and we're gonna be able to finish this thing off with our Shadow Houndour. Definitely a cool Pokemon, and I actually like the cup way more than I thought, but you're gonna see tomorrow a little bit more of a different opinion about it in my team video, but this is gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoy this little cup, and I hope you enjoy the content. See you in the next video. Leave a like if you haven't, and bye. Have a great rest of your day.